Today, we're looking at a pretty new Roblox game that came out not too long ago, that being the game Contact A-888. I was going to do a Decaying Winter review, but the game has a little bug with it, so hopefully that gets fixed. Contact A-888 is made by Archexamus, who is the same person who made Decaying Winter. Contact A-888 is a spin-off game from their game, Anomalies Activities. It is a Horde base shooting game where you fend off waves of anomalies till you get to the point of escaping the facility, with a lot of different ways to play the game, so let's get into it. The game starts you off in a truck where it acts like a loading screen. You can skip it, but you will load in sometimes without the game being entirely ready. Also, I like how there are different poses with each seat you take. After that, you will be booted to the menu with a large interface, and there's already so much to do. First, the classes. You get Assault, which carries more ammo than any other class, and you can drop a crate down to get ammo from. Technician, which you can drill down a turret to help fend off the anomalies. Archangel, which acts like a medic to heal others around you, and press X to heal yourself. Specialist, which can stun anomalies with the mines they place and from themselves too. And Tower, which can throw down enemy plates for everyone which is armed in this game. Yeah, a little bit weird to call it that. Now, the guns. There's a lot of guns in this game that I will not show off, but imagine the basic type of guns from pistols to sniper rifles. Instead, they don't feel like toy guns, they are very well made. You can also select derivatives, which are skins for your guns that don't provide an advantage whatsoever. There's also auxiliaries, which are special types of equipment that can be used in the game. We got class specialization, which is how you upgrade your classes. You'll need requisition tokens, which you can get by leveling up. Each tier will cost more tokens, but these are almost necessary when playing the game, considering the game is really difficult. Now the skill decks. These are passive buffs to your character and all for classes. They will also require requisition tokens, however you can only have up to 6 skills. But think of it as like each skill has its own weight. Other skill you buy, it can take up to 1 to 3 slots depending on the cost. So if you buy a skill that costs 2 tokens, it can take up to 2 slots. If you really want to, you could buy 6 skills for 6 tokens and just equip those. You also got the Quartermaster for any cosmetic items if you have leftover tokens, unless you want to buy those first for some reason. Okay, now to the gameplay. You're dropped in by a helicopter and the game starts. Your goal is to keep each anchor active, which provides you more time. This way you're not all huddled up into one area. You actually have to go out there. If the time runs out, the game ends. Later in the game, the anchors will be inactive and you have to reactivate them again. And they will also become unusable for a period of time. But I'm gonna complain for a bit here. The GUIs are too big. I feel like they clutter the screen, making it distracting and obnoxious. When you die, the death screen clashes with the bottom text menu. The weapon select screen is active for some reason, making it annoying as well, and scrolling through the weapons doesn't even reach your enemy plates. The anomalies I feel like can have a better sound, and my head just keeps saying, "Oh no, he's hot," in a low-pitched, distorted voice. I mean, at least change what they're saying or give them more voice lines. The anomalies don't even follow you around corners sometimes. I don't know if that's intentional for them to come at you with surprise or if the AI is just broken. I know Roblox's pathfinding isn't the best, but it doesn't mean I can still criticize it. But back to the game. The different maps are pretty cool, except for the rooftop map where you just got this one building next to you that is just blinding. This is also the only map you could die by just falling off of it, but the maps are still well designed. But the rooftops, in my opinion, it kind of looks ugly. I like the variety of anomalies the game offers. They each have their own ability, like blurring your vision or making it so you don't run. Some of them have armor, so it will get tough taking them out, but that's what explosives are for. Guns, I find, aren't very effective, but explosives will take them out quickly. You can refill ammo also at the supply beacons or at the trader. The game gets progressively harder after each wave, which are called hazard levels. When you get to hazard level 10, you have an option to exfiltrate, but if you keep going to hazard level 20, you will reach a boss called Night Demon that dies pretty quickly. Maybe if I didn't play with pros, the boss fight would actually be tough, so I'm just gonna steal footage. It seems like the boss is actually pretty difficult and you'll need to work as a team to defeat it. Kind of like what we did back there. You're also timed for 5 minutes to beat this thing. The Night Demon takes a lot of hits and even has a second phase, which is insane. I couldn't imagine what this is like solo. This person's team struggled and beat it at the last second, which shows how difficult this boss is and how crucial the skills for your classes are. After the Night Demon is defeated, you can exfiltrate. Upon exfiltrating, a horde of anomalies will rush you and you need to defend your position until the countdown stops. Once it stops, you win. That's pretty much it. I'm sure the game is getting updates and more content will be available in the future, like more hazard levels with different bosses, more enemies, and just more stuff overall, but that's just me speculating. When you exfiltrate successfully for the first time in hazard levels 10 and 20, you can get more than one slot for your passive skills. I don't have footage, but during the boss fight, the Night Demon would attack the traitor like this for a moment, so yeah, the game is still new with bugs that need to be worked out, but that doesn't call it a bad game. In conclusion, Contact A-888 is a very addicting game with many ways to play the game and the content it brings. Unfortunately with the game, it doesn't have the greatest AI with things getting stuck and jumping out of nowhere, with also the GUI being obnoxious covering about 40% of the screen, but I always have returned to this game because how fun it is. If it gets polished up in a few of those places, I think the game would be way more enjoyable.